Hello and welcome to another deck artwork flip through. So as we continue through the Commander product, we are now up to Commander 2016, and this is the first of the 5 decks that I'm going to go through for that particular iteration of Commander product. And this one is the Invent Superiority deck. So you can see I'm ready to go, I'm all focused in on the artwork. We'll take a look at the tokens at the end. And as we go through, I'll just talk about things as the mood takes me with this. First thing you'll notice is all of the relevant legendaries in terms of the main commander, which you can see on screen at the moment, and the secondary legendaries, and we'll see how they did that in a moment. It's an interesting way of doing 4 colours. These were, each of the decks were 4 colour decks, but you'll notice that all of these legendaries that have potential to be commanders are all foil. They also printed oversized cards, foil cards, for the lead commander as well. So we start off with the 4 colour commander, and then we get something interesting happens. So what they did is they introduced this partner mechanic, and I'll include a link to the original unboxings for these where I go through all of the decks in a bit more detail and are sort of zoomed out so you can see all the rules text. So I'm not going to talk much about the partner mechanic, but what I will say is talk a little bit about my expectations when I knew they were going to print 4 colour decks. So just to go through these alternate commanders, you have this, which has partner on it, and that's blue-black. And then what happens is you have 2 other partners which you can choose how you can, which one you choose to combine with the blue-black Silas Wren. So we have Akiri, which is red-white, also has partner, and then we've got Bruised Tile, which is red-white as well, also has partner. So of course it's up to you. If you don't want to use Breyer, you can, but you want to play 4 colours, you can play a combination of Silas and Bruised Tile, or Silas and Akiri to make up to the 4 colours. So let's go through the deck, and as we're going through it, I'll talk a little bit about what my expectations were at the time before I got my hands on the deck, or before I actually knew how they were going to pull off 4 colours beyond just having a lead commander with 4 colours. And we'll move through these from the higher rarities. Also notice all of those commanders, as I said, were foil. The rest of the deck is not foiled. Yeah, so when they announced 4 colour commanders, I thought for the alternate commanders, because there's normally always 2 alternate commanders, what they might do is do a slightly modified reprint of the Nephilim, so slightly modify them in some way and make them legendary. Because up to that point they were the only 4 colour creatures in Magic, but they weren't legendary. So the only way you could play them as a commander was if you had some modified house rules that let you play the Nephilim as a legendary. So that was one thing I thought they'd do. The other thing I thought they might do is print a legendary where there was, like, it was a single colour to cast, it was monocolour, and there would be 5 of them, one for each of the colours, you know, the Wooburg magic colours in the pie. And then they would have 3 activated abilities, or 1 for each of the remaining 3 colours out of the 4. So they do it that way, and so that will be a way of, you know, creating a legendary with a 4 colour identity. I had no idea that they'd obviously come up with the partner mechanic and this ability to have effectively 2 commanders in the command zone, and they've run with that since. I do apologise, this is not quite as straight as usual. As you can see, these have been sleeved up for play, and as a consequence are rather slippery. There you go, one of my favourite cards. From what I remember, that was a reprint from Mirrodin block, but I can't remember which set within Mirrodin. Oh look, a soul ring. Surprise, surprise. I'm sure this deck is making a lot of people smile. There's lots of classic cards in this deck. Well done. Split card there. Now we move on to the land base. And you'll probably recognise a number of dual lands in here which have turned up in previous Commander product. It was interesting seeing how they were going to fix for 4 colours, and you'll notice in a moment, because of the fact it's 4 colours and you've got additional non-basics here that are trying to help out with the fixing, the amount of individual basic lands in each of the 4 colours is a lot lower. And here they are. Lovely artwork. So let's just see as we go through here. How many pieces of artwork we get and how many repetitions. So this is the 3rd repetition. So yeah, so far 3 pieces of artwork. For one there was just one duplication, sorry, 1 copy, and for each of the others there were 2 copies of that artwork. Let's look at the islands now. So 2 for that artwork. 1 for that, and 2 for that. One piece and another piece. So 2 of those. See, only 4 swamps here. And in the mountains. And another one where there's only 4 mountains. There was 1 duplication there. So let's have a look at the tokens. Probably aware already that clearly there's Thopter tokens being generated. There's an interesting artifact creature horror. Not sure how much you see that in Magic actually. And then we got some bird stuff going on. Birds and meres. See how far that extends. So there's another joint bird and mere token. Again, 10 tokens, but they're double-sided, or 10 cards that are double-sided, giving you 20 tokens, although, as we've seen before, with these, sometimes it's actually the same token on both sides. Oh, we have a goat token. And if you remember and you spotted it, there was there is a trading post in the deck. So we've got Thopters and goats. Ooh, what a combination. There is a germ token. So there must have been a living weapon in amongst those artifacts. Another Thopter and a germ. Oh yeah, there was an emblem here because of course they have a Doretti in here, Planeswalker. Be interesting to see if there was a cycle of Planeswalkers. And then a bird and a Mia. And there we have it. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now. And I will catch you in the next episode.